Hey, how you doing there again, folks? And of course, Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing video series videos I've been doing for a while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. There's a plane overhead currently. It's going, still going. It's gone. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing super grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm on my way home from work and I'm wearing super grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's definitely the case today. I got off of work, decided to go over there, hit up Jewel and go over there and get a few supplies. And, you know, I like to, when I go to places, you know, I like to peruse for potential stuff to review. And I found something. So, folks, what is it that I'm trying for you? What are we doing here today? Well, folks, I'm excited because it's, boom! But it's popcorn, but it's not just any popcorn. It is Garrett's Popcorn Shop's Popcorn, a Chicago tradition since 1949. S'mores popcorn! That sounds delicious and amazing. It's got a little s'mores thing. And it's got a little thing on the back. Love at first bite. It all started in Chicago in 1949 with a small kitchen, delicious family recipes, and a woman with big dreams of running her own business. Today, we are still a proud woman-owned business with a strong commitment to high-quality snacks and supporting our communities through our social impact programs. Garrett fans have come to know us as the true original gourmet popcorn. That's why we still make our Garrett popcorn recipes in batches handcrafted from scratch using real ingredients to create our uniquely delicious taste experience. I invite you to try our beloved Garrett popcorn, now conveniently available for all of our fans to enjoy anytime, anywhere. From our kitchen to your table, happy snacking. Megan, owner of Garrett Popcorn Shops. So if you are, can we get a thing? Okay, that'll be a thumbnail. If you're not familiar, one thing that doesn't come up a lot when you talk about like Chicago and the food scene, you know, like everybody knows deep dish, Italian beef, stuff like that. You know, the Chicago style hot dog. Popcorn is literally our state snack. And like, it's a thing in Chicago and like to a certain extent Illinois. I remember being a kid, man, you know, when I was growing up in my grandparents' house, you know, we had kind of the whole family collective there, me, my dad, my grandparents, a bunch of my aunts and uncles and stuff. And we would almost always have a giant freaking tin of popcorn. You'd have like butter popcorn, cheddar popcorn, and the caramel corn. And that was just a thing, man. And it was just like if you would go over there and you would gift that to somebody, they would have popcorn for like 3 years. And then eventually they would go over there and transition the little can that it came into, you know, usually some sort of like an impromptu trash can or something. But I have not had s'mores popcorn. I cannot say that I've enjoyed that. And hopefully I can say that after this. So let's give it a go. I don't eat a lot of popcorn, mostly because of the kernels. Like, popcorn's a good snack, man, but that shit gets stuck in your teeth, and, like, I got, you know, my teeth are a little bit from years of not taking care of them properly, so it's always like, you know, it's a little bit hazardous. Let me get the thing. It smells really good. Okay. I'm going to start with just one. I know you never eat just one popcorn, but, you know. Good popcorn. Very good popcorn. Because, I mean, like I said, I don't eat a lot, but I do eat popcorn periodically. And usually I just get cheapo shit from the gas station. It works well enough. But no, you can definitely tell, like, the texture and the way it breaks apart and stuff. There's some really good popcorn. I'm kind of looking for a few different things. Number one, how's the popcorn? Popcorn's good. That's covered. Number two, does it taste like s'mores? We'll get into that. Number three is how does the flavor work with the popcorn? Because I've had popcorn where it was like, some kind of funky flavor of popcorn. And it might have sounded good or at least interesting, but then like the flavor really didn't blend with the popcorn all that well, and it just kind of tasted nasty and, sort of off-putting. In that regard, I would say that this does very well. The flavor that's there blends pretty well with the popcorn. You don't get like a drop-off. You don't get like flavor then just, popcorn flavor. It complements itself. It complements, the flavor complements with the popcorn itself. So that's good. Now, the s'mores aspect. It definitely has that sweet gourmet popcorn flavor to it, like a caramel corn. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a similar process. Does it taste like s'mores? Kinda. I can see what they're going for with it. There is a little bit sort of like a caramel corn kind of taste to it. Again, it's got that sweetness to it. But I can tell that there's like a little bit of a chocolate aspect to it. There's a little bit of like a graham cracker kind of thing going on. But they are relatively faint, which is good and bad. Like, on the one hand, you don't want the flavoring to be so overpowerful because it can almost become abrasive. Like, I've had caramel corn sometimes where it was just too much, and it was just too rich, and I really didn't enjoy it. In this case, it's a very eatable popcorn. Like, even though it's very sweet, well, I wouldn't say very sweet, but it's a sweet popcorn. It's not like overly rich or overly sweet. It's still something I can just sort of, gobble down without feeling like I'm being weighed down by like too much sugar and stuff. So the s'mores aspect of it, I can see what they're going for with it. It's not where my brain immediately goes. It's definitely something I have to sort of think about and kind of pick out a little bit. Because there's something to it. But I think, for me personally, I would probably just think more of the order of like, oh, it's like kind of, a candy/sweet popcorn. I don't know that I would immediately go to s'mores, but it isn't, I will say, like, it's not just like like a standard caramel corn. There is definitely stuff going on there. I would imagine the hardest part to really recreate in this instance is the marshmallow. Because, like, how do you convey that without just sort of having, like, a sweet aspect to it? And I think that's more or less what they kind of did with it, is the sweetness is kind of there to work as the marshmallow. But, yeah, okay. I'm not going to give it a full pass in terms of, like, being what I would say a s'more should taste like, but I can get it. I get where they're going with it, even if I think I have to stretch my imagination just a little bit to fully take the journey. But it's good. It's good popcorn. Like, I knew it was going to be good. Garrett's is good. The fact that you can go to actual shops in Chicago that and like there's more than one of them, that just sell Garrett's popcorn. That's all the fuck they do. Like, there's a reason why. They're a quality product, for sure. And another thing I'll say, so far, granted I am at the top of the bag, not the bottom, so far I have not had any kernels or anything get stuck in my teeth. So that's points in their favor for me. But all things considered, I like it. I think it's tasty. It is, For me, well, like I said, I'm not going to give them full credit as far as like the s'mores aspect is concerned. It does fill a similar role to me as like a caramel corn would. Little Kid brand, well, okay, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Would I get it again? Occasionally. Would I recommend it? Sure. I'll explain why. Little Kid Brandon would have loved this shit. Little Kid Brandon would have been over there just gobbling this stuff down. Because that's what I used to do with caramel corn. When we would get those big fucking tins, man, nobody had to worry about the caramel corn not going anywhere. Because Little Kid Brandon would just sit there and fucking home. Just not even fretting the diabetes. He didn't give a damn. But 37-year-old Brandon, aside from the fact that he has to be more aware of the diabetes, it's not a snack like, I would not just go through a bag of this in one go. And mind you, it's a good sized bag. Like, you know, you're getting a decent amount. Although I will say, granted, I've eaten some of it, but I do need to bring this up because I bring it up whenever I do bag snacks. That is ultimately how much you're getting. Granted, again, a mouthful plus a couple, so, but you're still getting a lot of air. But yeah, I could see getting it occasionally, but like, as I don't usually get those sweeter popcorns all that often, same difference, you know, it's just, but I do like it. If I'm recommending it to somebody else, I said sure, because sure. It's not something I would go out of my, like, I'm not going to, like, finish this video and, like, call up my friends and family and be like, oh my god, you got to go over and you got to try the s'mores popcorn. I like it. I don't think it's that crazy good. But if someone were to ask me my opinion, like, hey, you know, should I pick it up? I'd probably just be like, oh, you know, just be aware the s'mores level of taste is a little bit subjective, but it's still good popcorn. If you want to give it a go, give it a go. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Spectacular rest of the week. Monday, mental rest of the month. Spend this rest of your folks. You can go over there and have yourselves a truly gourmet popcorn-tastic rest of your life. Because, I mean, hey, 1949, that ain't bad. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do all the time? I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. But it's not the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. And, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm going over there, I'm scarfing down some gourmet popcorn and everything, but that's not every day. It's not, better not be every day, I'd fucking be dead. But, you know, we're going to have times in our lives that are stressful, frustrating, etc. When we do, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Hey, folks, maybe go over there. You know, I know a lot of you fine folks are from other states than the one that I live in. Tell me what the fuck your state snack is. Be like, I'm from Idaho. Our state snack is potatoes. Because potatoes in Idaho, waka waka, that's the joke. It's not even a joke, though. I mean, obviously, they're famous for their potatoes. And I once met a metal band from Idaho. And I do not remember their name anymore, unfortunately. They were just playing a little shitty show. My friends were opening for them. I went over there and I was talking with them a little bit before their set, and I was like, Idaho! And they're like, yeah, Idaho. And I was like, so what's the metal scene like out in Idaho? And they're like, it's not great. It's not great. It's like us and like 3 other bands. And just a shitload of potatoes and shit in between. No offense to the fine state of Idaho. I've eaten your potatoes on many an occasion. They're wonderful. Or conversely, maybe you're not from Idaho. Maybe you're from some other state, and you go over there. Hit me up in the comments and be like, "This is my state snack." And then maybe one day I'll go over there and I'll have a state special. Maybe, probably not. Bye.